Getting out of prison wasn't what I thought it would be. It really was similar to the way it happened in movies. Once I wasn't property of the United States government anymore, they didn't really care what happened to me. Well, unless I screwed up again. All bets were off then. What I didn't expect was how lonely the walk down the fenced tunnel would be, and I couldn't make sense of why I felt that way. Why I felt much of anything when I'd gotten pretty good at turning that shit off during my lifetime. Grandma was waiting for me outside, like I knew she would. She was the only person in my life who had ever really given a shit about me. She always had my back, no matter how angry I was as a kid or how many times I'd fucked up. I had made her cry too much over the years, but that was in the past. Things were going to be different now. I was tired. The bone-deep kind that weighed down your body and your mind, and I wasn't sure if I could ever make that go away. I might never be happy, but I was going to keep my ass out of trouble. I was going to stay away from Rex's hunt, away from all the hunts. "Riven," she said, tears already in her eyes, hand shaking as she pressed it against her mouth. The last few years had turned her ponytail a little grayer. "Hey, Grandma." I dropped my bag to the dirty, hot ground and wrapped her in a hug. She squeezed tighter than the strength most people probably thought she had, but the truth was, this small woman in my arms was the strongest person I knew. "Don't cry. Don't tell me what to do," she countered, making me laugh. She couldn't have spoken words that were more her. "It feels good to see you out of that place." I'd never wanted her to see me in that place. I'd told her she didn't have to come, but she'd made the drive several times a year during the 6 years I'd been inside. Let's get out of here. The muscles in my body were stiff, and I didn't know if they would relax until I was gone. Hell, maybe they'd never relax again. She squeezed my hand and smiled, and I grabbed my bag and threw it into the back seat of her old Honda. "I still have your truck," she said as she pulled away. It was about a 3.5-hour drive from Salem to Clayton, the town I wished I never had to see again. Unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of options. I'd gotten a high school diploma, but barely, then hadn't held down a job for long between 18 and 25 when I'd gotten locked up. Employment would be hard, money would be hard, and I needed someone in my corner. So here I was. "Thanks. You didn't have to keep it all this time." It wasn't nice then, and it would be in even worse shape now, but I didn't care about shit like that. I just didn't want it to be more of a hassle for her. "It didn't do much but sit there. I drove it sometimes, had a tune-up done. It'll be good enough to get you back and forth to work and to your appointments with your parole officer." "Thanks," I said again, not sure what else to say. "You hungry? We should stop and get you something to eat. What do you want? Your choice." Jesus, she was great. I was going to do everything in my power to deserve her. "I'm good. Right now, I just want to go home." She nodded, glancing my way with those knowing, soulful brown eyes that matched my own. "Your apartment is still all set up too, of course. I got a window unit AC and put it in for you." I'd remodeled the detached garage into a studio for myself when I'd been 17. Working with my hands was the only thing I'd ever really been good at. The place wasn't anything special, but it even had a small bathroom and kitchen. It was mine, and that was all that mattered to me. I wish you wouldn't put out that kind of money on me. You shouldn't have to take care of me. "I got it at Walmart, Riven. It didn't break the bank. Plus, I'll make you work it off." I laughed because I had no doubt about that. She was good at finding things for me to do. I could tell by the set of her jaw that she had something else to say, something she'd likely been holding in for a while now. The hairs on my arms stood on end, but I did my best to ignore it. A lot of bad shit had happened in my life, and I'd lived through it all. Whatever she had to say couldn't be worse than that. "Just tell me. I can take it." I didn't much care about anything other than her anyway. "Becca. She's with Rex now. Has been, well, since not long after you went inside. They have 2 little ones."